Good afternoon. It is Sunday, January 5th. And guess what just came out today? We got a whistleblower. We got a whistleblower on the COVID-19. This is a Dr. Harvey Risch, a professor of epidemiology, studying of viruses at Yale. He's commenting on, and I'm going to read his exact words here. I'm not going to try to mess him around. The COVID-19 pandemic has been one of fear, manufactured by individuals who were in the nominal positions of authority as the virus began to spread across the globe last year. According to Yale epidemiologist, however you say it, Dr. Harvey Risch. In an appearance on Epic TV's American Thought Leaders program, Risch, an epidemiology professor at Yale School of Public Health and Yale School of Medicine, Department of Epidemiology and Public Health, argued that by and large, what has characterized the entire CCP, Chinese Communist Party virus pandemic has been a degree of fear and people's response to the fear. Didn't I tell you that they want to get control? They got to create a fear. They got to get you something you're scared of or afraid of to give up a little bit of your liberties. I've been talking about this almost for the last 3 or 4 videos. They're good. They're leading up to the next election. Next election is going to be as phony as the last one. Okay? Overall, now this is the professor talking. Overall, I'd say that we have had a pandemic of fear. Created by who? Who created that fear? A pandemic of fear, and fear has affected almost everybody, whereas the infection has affected relatively few, said Risch. By and large, it has been a very selected pandemic and predictable. It was very distinguished between young viruses versus old, healthy versus chronic disease people. Let me read that whole thing and explain a little bit better and stop at the breaks. It was very distinguished between the virus has distinguished between young versus old. In other words, it attacks the old and young. Healthy versus chronic. Okay, healthy people, not so much chronic people, diseased people, yes. So we have learned that those who were at risk for the pandemic and who wasn't, he added. So basically, he's saying people that were healthy had good immune systems, like moi, were in good shape, whereas people with issues, health issues, whatever, heart problems, lung problems, those are the ones that the COVID attacks, they're more vulnerable to that. Now, Risch has offered over 300 original peer-reviewed publications and was formerly a member of the board of editors for the American Journal of Epidemiology. Experience is the best way to... Okay, that's an advertisement. So that's the end of it. Here is a professor at Yale University, okay, teaches viruses, epidemiology, to the next generation of scientists, okay? And he's saying that it's not as bad as everybody's made it out to be. That the fear that we have from it is worse than the virus itself. Now, who created that fear? Who created that fear? It started back when Trump was president, okay? Started with Nancy Pelosi in the House. They wanted They set mandates, okay? They're the ones that started the lockdown. Now, the lockdown was good, okay? We knew nothing about the virus, okay? Supposedly, we knew nothing about the virus. Democrats knew all about the virus, okay? And they knew that it wasn't as deadly as it is, that what they're proclaiming it to be. I believe, my opinion, okay? And this Yale professor's opinion, okay? That people in authority created the fear. Why did they create the fear? They created the fear to get Trump out of office, okay? To start their master plan to take over our country, to do away with the republic. Okay? What they want, what the Democrats want, and what will keep them is power. And this is what you got to understand. We are a republic. Okay? We are not a democracy. We are a republic. A republic elects officials to represent them in the government. Okay? And then we put our trust in those officials to vote the way we want them to and to do what the people want. Okay? And this way, it spreads out through the whole country. Okay? Every county. Because that's how what happens in a republic, an electoral college. Okay? You got to win that county. When you win that county, if you win that, you win most of the counties in the state, you're going to win that state. And you get those states' electoral votes. That's what a republic does. Okay? Allows the people to elect officials to represent them. Now, yes, it creates there is an element of distrust among politicians. But what the Democrats want, I mean, I don't trust a lot of politicians. Not a Democrat I do trust. I trust most of the Republicans. Some I don't, like Mitt Romney. He's a rhino. He's a piece of shit. You know, he talk all he wants, but he turned his back on the country when President Trump was in office. I'll never forget that. And neither will a lot of conservatives. The only reason why he's in office, he moved from Massachusetts to go to Utah because he's a Mormon, and he's a popular Mormon, and that state is mostly Mormon. So naturally, he's going to get in, and he's going to get voted in. Okay, he didn't stand a chance after back in Massachusetts, so he had to move. Anyway, enough of him. A republic elects officials to speak for them. When those officials don't speak for them, then we vote them out of office. Okay, democracy. Democracy takes every single vote in the country. Okay? And who's ever got the most votes, okay, wins. The problem with that, a lot of people, oh, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that is Los Angeles on the West Coast. Well, let's just say the whole West Coast, okay? New York City. No, we're going to do it right. New York City, Chicago, and Los Angeles are the three most populous cities in the country. Their population, okay, outweighs the rest of the population in the country. So, however those cities vote is how the country's going to go. And what is in the majority of the city that live in the city? People that can't get out. People low income, okay? Low income. People on government housing. People on government cash assistance, okay? Who are they going to vote for? They're going to vote for the people, all in those inner cities and everything. They're all going to vote for the person that's going to give them the most free stuff. medical benefits, cash assistance, dental, okay? Whoever promises them the most free stuff, that's who they're going to vote for, okay? We have a democracy. Those three cities, the population of those three cities will control the destiny of the United States. Leaves everybody else out. Leaves out all, mostly, probably 99%, of the property owners in the country. The ones that gotta pay the tax. See, they live in a city, they don't have to pay land tax and stuff like that. Okay? All they gotta do is pay rent and electric bills and whatever other bills come with living in the city. They don't have taxes to pay on their land, on their property, because they don't own anything. They don't own anything. They got nothing to lose by voting to the people that will give them the most. And that what that does, all the property owners in the country, all the people out in the rural and urban areas are going to be footing the bill for the deadbeats in the city. Okay? That's why democracy cannot work here in the United States, because we are so spread out. And population changes from region to region. Okay? Now in Europe, when they have a democracy, everybody that first off, those countries aren't as big and spread out as we are. They don't have the rural population that the United States has. Okay? So that's how democracy gets voted in over there. Because mostly everybody in Europe lives mostly in the city. And when you live in a city, you got to get some kind of subsidy from the government. Okay? And if you don't get it, if you're working and you don't get it, well, then they stop working so they do get that free money. Deadbeats. Deadbeats will control the country if we have a democracy. Okay? We have to stay a republic. That's what the Democrats want to change. That's their long range goal, to switch us from a republic to a democracy. Now, I'm going to study up on the Constitution and Declaration of Independence to make sure that that cannot be changed. I believe it's in there, but I'm going to doubly make sure. And I'll let you know in the next video. Keep it in mind, people. I'm trying to give you a warning down the road. All right? They created the fear. They got this guy Fucci. He's getting paid off, making millions. He wrote a book already about the COVID. He's supposed to be the expert, right? Pushing that book, pumping it up to everybody. That's part of his payoff from the Democrats. Pieces of shit. I don't believe a thing Fucci says. I don't believe anything that's Democrat controlled because I know their objective. Their objective is to turn us eventually into a democratic socialist country. Yeah, just like East Germany used to be. Democratic, what was the word? Anyway, that's what they want to turn us into, a democracy. Not a don't like the idea of the republic. Okay? Because people in the urban areas see through that bullshit. They get nothing from the government. They work for what they got. They got land because they worked for it. Or maybe it was granted down to them from their parents or something through brought down. And the land's been in the property for years and years. Yeah, they're at an advantage. But that's because somebody down the line in their ancestry was motivated to get land. So his descendants could benefit from it. Well, that's what the Democrats want to do away with. They don't want people out in the urban or suburban and rural areas to vote. That's why we have all that election fraud. votes not being counted, or at the last minute, oh, here's 10 cases of votes right here. Probably ones they fixed up in the back office to use in case they realized they were losing. And they know they're going to be losing in the next one. That's why I'm telling you, man, they're not going to give up easy. They're going to try something. They're going to try something, and we, the people of the United States, are the only ones that are going to be able to stop them. All right, I'm getting upset. I got to stop. All right, you guys take care. Like I said, I want to try to keep it 15 minutes and under. Everybody take care. God bless. Have a safe week. Don't forget about that whistleblower, the COVID whistleblower. Yep, professor from Yale University. Pandemic of fear. That's what we got. A pandemic of fear. Bye. Peace. Love.